The judge is taking a break, and we are going to bring in our trial attorneys who are standing by. National Trial Attorney Mike Jaafar and Criminal Defense Attorney Sam Bassett with us as well. We're in an unusual world. We are hearing about the entire phone of these officers being wanted and desired by the defense team. Michael, let me start with you. How unusual is this? Is this something that we just don't see on court TV because it's the discovery, pretrial hearings, or are we really in an unusual area?
Yeah, we're in a very, I always tell people, look, if you're going to commit a crime, commit it 40 years ago. Don't commit it these days, because the amount of evidence and the amount of arguments around evidence in the last 2 years alone related to phone evidence and Apple Watches and smartwatches baffles my mind, right? We saw a trial where the state was able to pin a murder on a husband by saying that her Apple Watch shows that she goes up the stairs every day around 11 o'clock, but she never went up the stairs, which means she was dead yesterday, not today, not the day that you call the police, right? So you knew she was dead, right? So it's a completely this is the new world. And by the way, it's going to get even more intense. And by the way, I agree with the defense attorney wanting to get all this evidence, but you know, the police officer's cell phone data now, and the prior trial that this same trooper was on, and the messages that they found in his phone, and what it did to that trial and what it could do to this trial based on what it is. So it's a completely bizarre, different world. Basically, criminality, in my opinion, is down to almost a halt in terms of being able to cover up your crimes. It's insane. We see the Koberger case in Utah, and you know, turning off his phone and 4 hours. I mean, it's just insane, Julia. I'm really impressed by the tools.
Yeah, Sam, very complicated, but Michael Jaafar, we've seen this before. Let's say they look through all of this data, they get the information from the feds, and they do find at least one text message where there's something that shows some bias. Are we going to see a completely different defense from Brian Walshe's team, similar to what we saw in the Karen Reed case?
Absolutely. You throw everything you have at the fence when you're the defense, because in this specific case, they're starting from way behind the prosecution, right? They have a client who has a lot of pot marks on him. His case has pot marks. He obviously has the previous conviction of basically being a thief. So you throw everything. You're hoping to get a text message. You're hoping to get a note. You're hoping to get something that's inflammatory that you can throw in there to show that, hey, you know, this person was a very bad investigator in this other case, and he was a bad investigator in this case. He was tunnel vision. We don't have a dead body yet. We, you know, have, you know, he knew that he was being indicted for being a thief, and so he tunnel vision, and he looked at him and look at this text message, look at that text message, look at this email. So absolutely, you throw all of it.